Hi guys, so let's do surds today, right? What does surds mean? So a surd is a square root. It's a square root number that doesn't give a whole number as an answer, right? Like if you say square root of 4, that gives you 2, right? So that is not a surd. But when you do square root of 3, that does not give you a whole number as an answer, right? So that is a surd. So that is square root of 3, or you can say square root of 2, etc. Right? Now more generally, we get a surd when we take the square root of a number. So we do a square root of a number that isn't a square number. So 4 is a square number. Then if you say 25, that is a square number. So when you do square root of that, you get 5. Right? Square root of 36 is 6. So these numbers are not surds. Right? The numbers such as square root of 5, square root of 6, square root of 7, square root of 8, these numbers are surds that do not give you a whole number as an answer. Right? So today we are going to do 7 key skills that you need to learn how to manipulate surds or how to solve surds. Right? Cool. So let's start with multiplying surds first. So we will starting multiplying. So as we do, 7 times 2 is equals to 14, right? Similarly, when we do square root of 7 times square root of 2, both square root 7 and square root 2 are surds. We do square root of 7 times 14. Sorry, 7 times 2, right? So that gives you square root of 14. So we can say that square root of first number times square root of second number will give you square root of first number times the second number. All right, let's do one more example, and let's say we have square root of 5 times square root of 6, right? And we will say the answer will be square root of 5 times 6. That gives us square root of 30. Right? Another example that we could do is slightly difficult. So we can do 3 square root of 5 times 2 square root of, let us suppose, 3. Right? So in this case, what we do is we take the numbers which are outside, times them together first, and then square root, and then the numbers which are inside the square root comes together. 5 times 3, so that gives us 6 square root of 15. Right? Let's do one more example. Let's do square root of 3 and then square. Right? Squaring means you're timesing the number together. So that will give you square root of 3 times square root of 3. And square root of 3 times square root of 3 gives you square root of 3 times 3, which is square root of 9. And square root of 9 gives us 3. Right? Last example in this could be square root of 5 to a greater power. So a greater power, let us suppose we take power of 5. Right? We are taking a greater power. So we will do square root of 5 times 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 square root of 5. Right? Now, in the previous question, we have done that when we have the power as square, it gives us the same number just without square root, right? Because square and square root can cancel each other, right? So in this case, we have 2 squares here. We have, square root here and 2 square roots here. So we can, just finding it easier to do, square root of 5 times square root of 5 becomes 5, times another square root of 5, square root of 5 will become 5, times you are left with square root of 5. So that gives you 25 square root of 5. Right? Or another way of solving it, and like the basic way of solving it could be, you will do square root of 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625, times 5 625, times 5, let's times them together, 5, 2, 10, 12, 30, 3125, it gives you 3125, and then again 3125 you will have to find the square numbers, which is the closest square number. We are going to do such questions in the next video, some difficult questions. So that will give you 25 times 25 times 5, and that gives you 25 square root of 5, right? But I prefer the first method, where you can split them around and then you can work in batches rather than working it together as a big number. Great. So that was multiplying surds. In the next video, we are going to do dividing surds. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Have a good day.